Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. Alright, guys, as you can tell, we are back in the Freedom Office, and not a moment too soon. Because this is breaking news as of today. Biden is going to the Rose Garden again, almost an exact calendar year from when he announced his 4 executive actions around gun control, including the announcement of David Chipman to the directorship of the ATF. Well, that one didn't work out. The executive actions have been snails pacing itself through the ATF and all the regulations, and it's due to come out tomorrow in an announcement by Biden. Again, almost to the calendar year, missed by a couple of days. Now, the important thing here is we are looking at the culmination of a whole year's worth of analysis, research, legal analysis. They're going to come out and they're going to say what can and cannot be considered a ghost gun. That's at least what this article is about to show you is saying. I'm going to dive into it. It's going to be linked in the description box below. I cannot wait for this to come out because now we can actually see some details and how it's going to be picked apart because they're trying to thread a needle here and I don't think they're going to be able to do it properly. Check it out. Biden expected to announce new gun regulation. Eyes new ATF nominee. Okay, a special note here. It's not in this article, but they've also invited all the who's who of gun control to the White House on Monday, so something's going down. It's probably going to be this announcement. Anyway, that's a side piece. CNN. President Joe Biden is expected to announce new firearm regulations as soon as Monday, meant to contain the use of privately made weapons. From people familiar with the matter said, as he comes under pressure to take more steps to address gun violence. Now, that's what we've been talking about on this channel for a while. All the anti-gun control groups, the David Hoggs, the Everytime for Gun Safety, all of those guys, the Igor Volskys, all of them have been putting pressure on the White House to do something, to make some sort of action happen. They wanted a new ATF director. They wanted the executive rules on ghost guns done. They wanted a new branch and czar in charge of all gun violence. They wanted all sorts of things. And the left, and particularly the White House, can't afford to lose these guys as advocates. So they've got to do something, and that's what you're going to see tomorrow. Now, that might include an ATF nomination. We might not. We don't know. That's where it gets really sticky. I'll talk about that in a second. But let's keep going. The regulation on so-called ghost guns, unregulated, untraceable weapons made from kits, would address a critical gap in the government's ability to track them. Okay? Red flags anywhere? Okay, let's keep going. Biden is also expected to name Steve Dettelbach, a former U.S. attorney from Ohio, as his nominee to lead the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives as soon as Monday. According to a U.S. official, Biden's previous nominee was forced to withdraw amid opposition in the Senate. Now, this is really important, okay, because this is even bigger than the rules being announced, because when the rule gets announced, it's based off of an interpretation of existing law. The ATF can only interpret the laws that Congress passes. So that's where they're going to have a murky situation. There's going to be lawsuits flying quickly on this one. But what's really interesting is this second piece, because Biden has got to do something to appease the gun control advocates he made these grandiose promises to. This is where the ATF nominee comes in, because they were pissed when Chipman didn't go through. So here's where the little catch-22 is for the White House. They have to actually put forward somebody who the gun control advocates are going to like. So they have to be farther left than of center. But they also have to put someone forward who can actually pass Senate muster and confirmation. So you're in this scenario where you're between rock 1 and a hard place 2. Either the gun controller is going to be unhappy by you guys putting forward someone who can actually pass the Senate, or they're going to be happy with the nomination and they won't get that passed through the congressional approval process. Now, that's where the really gets really scary for the Biden administration. Because if they get another loss on the ATF directorship nomination, that is not good, particularly when they're trying to accumulate wins. They just had the Supreme Court nominee go through. That's a win for them. Okay? Now they get the ATF director nominee, and then that goes through. They are trying to build a case to say, look at the things we've done to go to the midterms, because they don't have anything right now. And that's what we're going to be watching tomorrow. Now, speaking of the Senate, and this is classic politician. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer again decried the use of ghost guns during a press conference Sunday, calling for a crackdown on the rise of privately made firearms and speaking about a deadly shooting in the Bronx Friday. He also went after Republicans and said it's their fault that gun control has not gone through, particularly H.R. 8 and H.R. 1446, which is ironic because it's already passed the House. The only thing it hasn't been done is been brought up in the Senate. It hasn't even been brought up for a vote. Senate 101 If you're going to bring something up, you better know it passes. You don't bring up failing legislation. And yet, Chuck Schumer hasn't introduced it in over a year, and he also hasn't passed it, and he's blaming Republicans. That seems a little weird. And now he's pressuring the White House to do more things with the executive branch. Does that sound like somebody who's got the votes to get everything done? No, it does not. That's why this is so important. This ATF nominee, this rule announcement tomorrow, everything hinges. And make sure you guys are here because I will bring it to you as soon as I can. As soon as I know what I want to talk on, what I want to hit on, what I think the weak points are, I'll make sure I put that video out, most likely tomorrow evening. That's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you tomorrow morning on the bullet points. I'm Braden. See you later.